Hello everyone, I want to look at Lady Simona's skills. So just as they've mentioned in the patch notes, Lady Simona is a Graveborn hero, also an intelligence-based hero, and the class is a mage and the primary role is control. So let's start by looking at the ultimate skill called Dirge of Devouring. This has a passive ability. Lady Simona's normal attack drains 70 energy from enemy heroes and stores it in her bell. Up to 700 energy can be stored. And the active ability, Lady Simona activates her bell to deal 3 strikes of damage equal to 210% of her attack rating to enemies within a certain range in front of her and restore 150 energy to all allied heroes. If any energy is stored in her bell, it will be distributed to allied heroes. And level 2 damage is increased to 280% of attack rating, and level 3 it restores 300 energy to all allied heroes. So storing energy and also distributing energy to your allied heroes, that's very cool, and also doing a little bit of damage in there as well. So overall that skill sounds pretty good. Let's move on to the second skill. We have Depleting Resonance. This is a passive ability. At the start of battle, Lady Simona forms a bond with an enemy hero for 8 seconds, prioritizing the opposing hero, during which they become her resonator. Resonators cannot deal damage to Lady Simona, and when they are healed, Lady Simona will receive 30% of the healing effect. When the bond duration expires, the resonator is banished for 1 second, and then Lady Simona will select enemy hero that deals the most damage to bond with and make her resonator. Bonds cannot be formed with bosses. And level 2 increases the percentage of healing Lady Simona receives when her resonator is healed to 50%. Level 3 increases the duration of banishment after the bond duration expires to 3 seconds. And level 4, when banishing the resonator, Lady Simona will also drain all of their energy and store it in her bell. So allowing herself to get just a fraction of the healing that her resonator receives, so having her against a team that does a lot of healing sounds very critical. Also that level 4, she will get the energy from her resonator when she banishes them, and she will store that energy in her bell. So if they have a lot of energy when they are banished, that'll be very good for Lady Simona. And looking at the third skill, we have Phantom Bell. It creates a phantom bell for 9 seconds in an area where enemies are gathered. It prioritizes resonators for its duration. The phantom deals damage equal to 100 to 350% of attack rating per second to enemies within range. This damage increases over time. If a resonator is in range of the phantom, the damage of their ultimate will be reduced by 50%. And every time they cast their ultimate, the phantom range will be expanded by 20% for a max expansion of up to 60%. And level 2, the phantom deals damage equal to 150 to 550% of attack rating per second to enemies within range. This damage increases over time. Level 3, if a resonator is in range of the phantom, the damage of their ultimate will be reduced by 80%. And we have the first engraving skill. The magic damage dealt to enemies within range of the phantom is increased by 40%. So it looks like this skill will do a lot of damage to enemy heroes, also reducing the ultimate damage of the resonator. And then every time the resonator casts their ultimate, the phantom's range will be expanded as well. So it could get even more enemy heroes in there doing even more damage. This sounds like a very good skill, also lasting for 9 seconds. That is, in terms of the battle duration, that is quite a bit of time, I think. Also doing even more damage with the first engraving skill, specifically with magic damage. So that skill sounds very good. Let's move on to the final skill. We have Devastating Bane. This is another passive ability. The first time Lady Simona banishes a resonator, her normal attacks changes to deal AoE damage equal to 130% of her attack rating. For every additional resonator she banishes, her normal attacks damage is further increased by 10%. And level 2, after banishing the first resonator, normal attack damage is increased to 175% of attack rating. Level 3, after taking AoE damage from her, the enemy's magic resist is reduced by 10 for 3 seconds. And we have the second engraving skill. After taking AoE damage from her, the enemy magic resist is reduced by 30 for 3 seconds. So changing her normal attacks to AoE damage, allowing her to do more damage to more enemies here. And you want her to banish as many enemy heroes as possible because that will increase her normal attack's damage. And it doesn't even look like there's a cap to this, so if you can get a lot of enemy heroes banished, that will be a lot of damage dealt by Lady Simona. Also, reducing the enemy's magic resist when they take AoE damage from Lady Simona. I believe that could work very well with the last skill, the first engraving skill from this last skill. If they have less magic resist, that should allow them to take even more magic damage. So I'm hoping, if I'm correct here, that could allow the enemies to take even more damage from this first engraving skill. And let's move on to the signature item here. We have Scourge Speaker. The signature item skill is Soaring Sonata. When you unlock this skill, for every 260 energy Lady Simona stores in her bell during this battle, her magic pierce is permanently increased by 1 point. At plus 10 for every 200 energy Lady Simona stores in her bell during the battle, her magic pierce is permanently increased by 1 point. Plus 20, the energy Lady Simona drains from enemy heroes when using her normal attacks is increased to 135. And the plus 30 signature item, the energy storage limit of the bell is increased to 1300. So allowing Lady Simona to gain a lot of energy here will be beneficial because it will let her gain even more magic pierce. And it looks like there's really no cap on the magic pierce, so if you let her gain a lot of energy, she can just keep on stacking that magic pierce, and that is permanent magic pierce increase. Also draining even more energy from the enemy heroes when using her normal attacks. And then we have the plus 30 signature item. I believe the energy storage before this is 700, so I'm pretty much doubling the energy storage limit of the bell, allowing her to keep even more energy in her bell, allowing her to distribute even more energy to the allied heroes. Overall, that plus 30 signature item sounds very useful. And let's look at the furniture. It's called Reverberating Echo. At 3 of 3, when Lady Simona takes damage or suffers health loss, 45% is taken by the resonator instead. The total amount of damage transmitted during a single bond cannot exceed 80% of Lady Simona's max health. And 9 of 9 furniture. While an enemy is within range of a phantom bell, any shields they have will be destroyed, and the first shield they gain while in the range is broken as well. The resonators cannot gain a shield while within range of the phantom bell. So 45% of the damage taken by Lady Simona will be dealt to the resonator instead, so allowing her to take less damage. And then also the 9 of 9 destroying shields that the enemy heroes have while within the phantom bell. And then the resonators cannot even gain a shield within the phantom bell as well. So this could be very useful for enemy heroes that do a lot of shields. I know Mishka can do a lot of shields. Lucius can do shields with his ultimate. But there are quite a few heroes this could potentially work well against. And let's go ahead and move on to the Arena of Trials. I want to go ahead and test her out. I believe it's already started. I'm not going to actually do the Arena of Trials. I just want to test her out within the wooden dummy here. As you can see, the Arena of Trials has already started on the test server, including the guild trials. But I just want to go ahead and do this wooden dummy. I want to see just how well the skills look for Lady Simona. And it looks like right off the bat, they're putting her in the back line. So it looks like possibly a backline hero. And you can probably see it right off to the side of the screen there. There's a little bell that formed. Pretty sure that's probably the phantom bell that they were talking about. And there are little markings above some of these heroes. I'm assuming that means that they are the resonator. I'm not quite sure on that, but yeah, there are little markings that do appear on some of these heroes. And it looks like there's the phantom bell again. Kind of a pretty small range to start off with, but I believe it did say that the range will increase as the resonator uses their ultimate ability. But overall, this is looking like a very good hero, honestly. I'm really liking it. Looks like a lot of damage is being put out. but this is only the wooden dummy. A lot of testing would have to be done in other aspects of this game in order to see if she's going to be useful here. But overall, just looking at the skills here and looking at the wooden dummy, I think she could find a spot. She's looking very promising right now, so hopefully she does find a spot, and I will definitely will be building her. Hey, if you made it to the end of this video and you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Also comment what did you think about Lady Simona's skills here, and there will be a video on screen that YouTube thinks you would like to watch next, so go ahead and click on that video right now, and thanks for watching.